The one-round NBA Playoffs 2020 games and highlights coming up next. Game 5 Toronto Raptors 3-9 Boston Celtics 3-1 Final. Game 6 Milwaukee Bucks 4-4 Detroit Pistons 3-6 Final. Game 7 Orlando Magic 6-1 Brooklyn Nets 5-1 Final.
First-round action in the Western Conference playoffs continues with Game 4 here on EA Sports. We're ready for tip-off, and these fans are as well. It's their home team taking on the Houston Rockets. With Jay Williams, I'm Ed Cohen. Jay, you look at the Jazz as they enter play. They were dominant in games 1 through 3, looking to finish it off and move on. And they'll have their home crowd behind them here tonight.
And I'll tell you what, I am shocked. I mean shocked that we're here at 3-0 right now. I really thought this was going to be a battle. So now on the other side, this is a test about who you are as a basketball team. Do you have the resolve to fight back, or are you resigned to the fact that this one's just about over?
Shot clock winding down. Westbrook. It's no good. Shots not going down. Conley into the front court. We're just underway in game number 4.
The one-round NBA playoffs 2020 games and highlights coming up next.
To Gobert.
Game 5 Toronto Raptors 3-9 Boston Celtics 3-1 final.
That's what you
Game
need,
6
regardless of
Milwaukee
contact.
Bucks 4-4
Focusing on
Detroit
the rim.
Pistons 3-6 final. Game 7 Orlando Magic 6-1 Brooklyn Nets
Harden
5-1
to
final.
Westbrook. From long range. And Russell Westbrook, he can turn a game in an instant. Hits the 3 on the quick release.
Just let me break down to all the young players at home how special of a pass this was. That was a perfect delivery, and it hit the player right in the chest.
Here comes the screen. Shot for Mitchell won't go. Fareed to Westbrook. Fires the 3. That no good. Off the mark. They'll look to Bender down low. Old school. Backs his man down for the basket.
There you go, finally. Shoot your shot.
It's Russ at the controls. To Covington. 4-3. Well defended. Covington's a tough matchup. Takes stock of the floor. Clint Capella. Blocked away.
That one's in the 15th row.
Huge denial. Clint Capella rejects it.
Don't stare him down like that afterwards.
To Harden. To Covington. Lets it fly from long range. And the rebound taken in by the Jazz. Tough-looking shot there. Still gets it to go down.
Big shout out to the athletic trainer for this team. It's obvious you've been doing all the preparation required of your team in the weight room in the offseason. Flex on them a little bit.
Oh, good defense by the Jazz as they come away with the steal. From the outside, no good.
The most important thing a shooter can do is continue to shoot. The defense is always going to get great effort, but it's more of your psyche that goes into the next shot that will limit you on whether you make the shot or not.
Donovan Mitchell with the rock. Here comes the screen. Curling inside. Short jumper off the mark. Harden in possession. Down a point. Yes, and the foul. And a chance at 3 coming up.
That was such a great job by the offensive player. Knowing that you're probably going to take some lumps here and there, but still remaining aggressive throughout the shot and getting a crack at the extra point.
Russell Westbrook at the line for a chance at a three-point play. A career 81% free throw shooter. Oh, he can't connect. Across the timeline, it's Conley. They trail by 1. Has a look. Wide open look, won't go.
And as a shooter, this is when you start to second-guess your shot. You've had 3 wide-open shots that you just can't put through the net, but still, keep hunting your shot.
To Conley. Finishing inside the paint on that one.
When the ball's in his hands, we all knew what was going to happen.
Houston with the basketball. Nothing going here on that drive. Efe Udoh tips it. That's out of bounds. Last touch by the Jazz. Both teams tweaking their lineups. Here come some changes. Westbrook. Can't connect. It's no good. The follow won't go either. Beyond the arc for 3. Tough shot. Well defended.
Great contest by the D, but I want to see the coaching staff call the same exact play the next possession. Get that offensive player the ball. Let him prove that it wasn't the D. It was more in his own head.
Oh, the touch at the rim. Count it.
That's a strong finish. Regardless of contact, finishing strong is key.
Westbrook steps out and hits.
I love the pure confidence on that jumper. He takes that 3 despite the defender being right in front of his face. That's borderline disrespectful.
Good defense. He had nowhere to go. The result, jump ball. After the tie-up, let's see who can retain it. Add 2 points to the board.
2 points. Take them any way you can get them.
Conley into the front court. It's 12-10. To Davis. Oh, nice find for the basket.
Tie ball game so far. Neither one of these teams really able to pull ahead. Might be time to put the bench players in the game, and let's see who could differentiate themselves.
Got it.
There you go. I like seeing the scoring coming from unlikely sources.
Conley into the front court. It's 14-12. No good. Westbrook across the timeline. Shot clock turned off as they get a chance to build their lead. Oh, Russell Westbrook. 4 out of 7.
Why not? Russell Westbrook is the only guy stopping Russell Westbrook. And when he decides to put his head down and go to the rim, he's going to the rim. It's that easy.
That misses with 2 seconds to go. We're 1 quarter down in Game 4. Jay and I back with more after this. This is the first round of the West playoffs on EA Sports. One quarter down. Long way to go. So, buckle up. It's wide open.
I know you're wondering why I'm clapping. Both teams came out in the first quarter, and they executed. When do you ever see that, Ed? You have to continue to bring those competitive juices into the second quarter, and we're going to have one heck of a ball game.
Kenneth Faried with the block.
Just incredible timing on that swat.
And he's fouled. Very close. Free throws coming up.
Great job, Ed, by the shooter to create contact after the jump. That's how you get to the free throw line.
Eric Gordon, a couple of free throws on the way. A career 81% free throw shooter. Knocks down the first. Goes 2 for 2 at the line. Across the timeline, it's Conley. Now down 6. Ingles sizing up Eric Gordon. Stuffs it down with authority.
If you didn't dunk that, then we would have to talk about it.
Baseline drive. Oh, Russell Westbrook. With that shot, he's 5 for 8. You can try and body him up, but he'll still run right through you.
It's the way he attacks that makes him so dangerous. He chips off a piece of your body one possession at a time. First it's your arm, then it's your leg, and then inevitably it's your soul.
Russ at the controls. All by himself, creates his own shot there.
It looks like he's using his ball handling to feel the game out. I know it looks like he's just playing around out there trying to get the fans going. That is true, but he's also finding his rhythm.
Fires the three, off the mark. No good. Fareed to Rivers. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. Defense was ready. Tough shot for Austin Rivers. Conley into the front court. Down 6. Almost, but no good. Westbrook into the front court. Looking to make something happen. Here's a chance from long range. Westbrook bothered just enough on that one. To Joe Ingles. Easy path to the rim. Now the Rockets will use a timeout as they'll talk things over in what's now a 4-point game.
Our game programs have player bios, team stats, fan interviews, and more. And best of all, they're free. You can get your game program from a team representative at any one of our main entrances around the arena.
Changes coming from both sides right now. Westbrook. Gobert with the rebound. From the painted area, won't go down. Clint Capella. He's 2 for 2 now.
Oh man, you're not supposed to be able to do that with that size, but in today's game, dexterity and mobility are off the charts for bigs.
Clint Capella snatching it out of the air.
Sent a message on that one, Ed.
Westbrook, jumper's good.
Look, the Rockets don't take too many mid-range jumpers. Actually, last season, they led the league in three-point attempts. Glad to see them actually find a two-point shot relevant these days.
Rudy Gobert against Westbrook. Mitchell. So the first points for him in this first half, and he knocks it down for 3.
Yeah, they really need him to get going. Really surprised that none of his teammates have been talking to him. This is when he needs him the most. They have to uplift him, help him continue to be confident on the court.
Five to shoot. Westbrook. Rebounds pulled in by Gobert. Mitchell with the basketball. 5-point game. That's out of bounds. Last touch by the Jazz. Looks like both teams are making substitutions. Westbrook. That won't go. The follow won't go either. Donovan Mitchell with the rock to Conley. And he's fouled. Nice move that time, and he's going to the line for 2.
I don't know about that one, Ed. I always thought your hand was part of the ball.
First one, count it. to convert on both free throws. Westbrook with the basketball. Up by 3. For 3. He's not shy about shooting it from out there, but he misses this time. Mitchell with it up top. The margin is 3 as we approach halftime. Covington to Harden. Going to launch beyond the arc. He was all over him.
Shooters shoot, period. I don't want to hear any excuses. That's why you're on the floor. You keep doing what you're doing with that superior confidence.
Rockets have the steal. Just inside the arc. At the buzzer. We've reached halftime here in Game 4. Let's get you to Orlando, where we say hello to Jalen Rose in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Jalen.
It's time for the Rose Report at halftime, and it's brought to you by EA Sports. The Rockets have the lead, but not by much. It was their playmaking, the way they gave each other scoring opportunities. That really impresses me. I love seeing unselfish basketball like that. Have a look at the leading scorers for the Houston Rockets. The Jazz are keeping things competitive after 2 quarters. And even though they don't have the lead, they're doing a great job of moving the ball around. They might find themselves on the winning end of the scoreboard if they can keep it up. These are the guys getting buckets for the Utah Jazz.
Game track. Bench points.
The coaches are getting the kind of bench production that can make for some interesting rotations. Keep an eye on the substitution patterns in the second half.
Player of the half.
Russell Westbrook has the defense figured out, and his shots are falling for him. That's a lethal combination that will be hard to overcome.
Who was gold?
Every player that makes it to the NBA is a great athlete, but even the best players have off nights. Today has just been one of those nights for this guy. Here are the top plays from the opening half.
Number 2. Number 1.
And with that, I'm sending it back to Ed and Jay to bring you the rest of the game.
Conley into the front court. His guys down 3. Here comes the screen to Gobert. Rudy Gobert. That's how it's done. He's 4 for 4 in the game.
And the defense keeps sticking to those flare screens. Just don't flare out to the three-point line. Flare to the rim for a lob.
Give him 2 points. High percentage.
Hand down, man down. You got to get up and contest the shot.
Conley. Mitchell guarded by Clint Capella. To Gobert. And they called a foul. Jay, he was there too late.
I've seen it happen so many times. Small things like that foul can end up becoming a momentum changer. Let's see how this one plays out.
First free throw is good. Good free throw shooting. Knocks down a pair. And scores. The inner beast of Westbrook. Sheer determination.
I don't think anybody got the license plate on that hit and run. And there is no one, I repeat, no one in the game of basketball with the first step in the explosion of Russell Westbrook.
Here comes the screen to Gobert. Flushes it home. Jay, I'm surprised. He had a chance to wrap him up.
Well, you're not the only one surprised. This guy is not a good free throw shooter. You never let him have an easy bucket. If anything, make him earn it at the charity stripe.
Oh, with the foul. And a chance coming up at the line.
This drives me nuts when I see fouls like that being called in a close game. Sometimes you just got to let him play, ref.
First one goes down. And gets both to drop at the line.
Oh, yeah, 2 points.
Utah's got it.
Hey, watch this screen. Look.
Conley down to Gobert. The pass set it all up.
Ed, I have so much admiration for guys that continue to hunt their shot. They're playing the second half like it was the first 5 minutes of the ball game. Those natural-born leaders are guys that will consistently lead your team to the promised land.
Gets it to go, and the foul.
People become so fixated on the hands or the arms or the strengths of the arms. I look at the legs. The strength of his legs help him power through that play. That's how you get and ones.
Russell Westbrook trying to cash in on a three-point play, shooting 66% in this contest. The free throw, good. Caps off the three-point play. The lead is 4. Across the timeline, it's Conley. He'll run the offense. To Gobert. Gets to the basket and scores.
We're watching a clinic right now. We're watching basketball one-on-one. Whoever this professor is, he needs to get paid top dollar.
Westbrook to Capella. He was hacked. They let it go.
Seems like a lot of contact on that play. If I were that player, I would pull the ref over to the side, talk to him, express to him how much contact there was so he could look for that same foul call potentially the next time down the court.
To Conley. Shot clock, it's coming down to 4. Now down to 3. Doesn't have the touch. No good.
That's how you do it. You keep riding him to the basket, and if the refs aren't calling it, keep being physical. Keep knocking him off balance.
James Harden. It's been a quiet night. Only 3 attempts, but he makes that one stick.
No doubt about where that one was headed.
Conley picked up by Westbrook. To Gobert. Finishing inside the paint on that one.
You know, Ed, I'm down with guys having 35, 40, maybe 50 points in the game. But the one thing you look for in the defensive end, when there's a huddle after a guy has dropped multiple buckets on you in a row, and everybody's quiet, nobody stands up and says, yo, I got him, I'm going to stop him, you're in a worrisome place for your team.
Utah ball. Knocked loose. Rockets come up with it. Stuffs it down with authority. Jazz will take a timeout as their coaching staff wants to talk things over here in this third quarter. squad set to make some moves right now. Mitchell against the former MVP. To Davis. Tyson Chandler swats it.
Just erasing mistakes left and right.
And the two. Rudy Gobert cashes in.
It just seems like nobody can stop him but him. Once he's found his offensive swag, that boy's diddling.
Westbrook to Covington from long range. Offensive board. Rudy Gobert sends it away. That's going to be out of bounds. Last touch by Gordon. Donovan Mitchell with the rock. To Gobert. Joe Ingles. Probing the defense. Down low for Gobert. Old school. Backs his man down for the basket.
The true measure of Rudy Gobert comes on the defensive end. He was all-NBA defensive first team and was tied for the lowest opponent field goal percentage at 43%. You ain't getting by that.
That's out of bounds. Last touch by the Jazz. Harden, they have to keep him in their grasp.
It's all about creating space with the dribble. Once you have that gap, you can beat somebody in a variety of ways. He chose a dagger with the three.
3 quarters down. The Rockets with the lead. It's the Rockets in control of the basketball as we start the 4th quarter, and they'll be looking to finish strong.
And when you play stingy defense on one end, the other end takes care of itself.
Shot clock to 4 for Houston. Westbrook. Misfires. It's no good. Dragan Bender able to recover with the block. Fires the 3, buries it on the catch and shoot.
And this squad just continues to light it up from long range. One of the things I learned about teams like this, teams that fall in love with a three-point shot, as quickly as they built the lead, is as quickly as they can lose it if they're over-reliant on the three-point shot.
Rebounded by Capella. Westbrook with it. It's an 8-point lead. Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a 3-point play.
The offense has very little to lose on those type of plays if they know they can, number 1, create contact, and number 2, still get the ball up. You need to assert yourself fully on the defensive end by initiating the contact and not allowing the offensive player to get that ball above his waist.
Russell Westbrook at the line for a chance at a 3-point play, shooting 75% so far tonight. The free throw, good. And they add one more to the lead. It's up to 11. Utah with the possession. Conley guarded by Russell Westbrook. They get it down to Gobert. And the rebound pulled in by Capella. Clint Capella sends it away.
You know, sometimes basketball can become a very beautiful thing to watch. During the regular season, things can get difficult. Energy can be low. The passion at times can even be lower because players are tired. They're fatigued. But today, it's all been good. They're putting in an absolute show with killer efficiency and tremendous effort and intensity.
Conley into the front court. The deficit now up to 13. To Joe Ingles. Clint Capella pins it.
That kid can block out the sun, Ed.
Fareed here against Bender. To Covington. For 3. That's off the side of the rim, no good. It's Jazz ball. Sizing up the defense. To Gobert. Clint Capella with a piece.
Just incredible timing on that swat.
Westbrook. He's not shy about shooting it from out there, but he misses this time.
He was absolutely scoring at will in the first half. But now that the defense has picked up, don't try to do too much. Less is more.
Westbrook. Can't connect. Shot from the lane won't go. Basket's good on the follow. Way to stay with it.
In the paint, you need to finish. Just like that.
We get a whistle and a timeout for Houston as they'll make sure they're all on the same page here in the fourth quarter. Both coaches hitting the reset button. Fresh legs coming onto the floor. To Fareed. The shot, almost. Conley into the front court. His guys down 11. They'll look to Bender down low. Perfect feed to set up the basket.
And ISO basketball is becoming a thing of the past. Team basketball is back. And if you have that personnel with the versatility plus the mindset, game over.
Rockets with 4 to shoot. Harden. Well defended. Across the timeline, it's Conley. His guys down by 9. And scores. Strong take.
That's what I'm talking about, Ed. It's that simple. Put the ball in the bucket.
Harden with the basketball. Looking to make something happen. No good. No daylight. Great defense. Conley into the front court. The margin standing now at 7. Clint Capella. Huge block. Clint Capella rejects it. Rockets have the ball. To Covington. Fareed. Lets it fly from long range. Cleans it up. Offensive board. On the follow. Way to stay with it. Now whistle and a timeout for Utah. They're down big in this fourth quarter. And a chance here to empty their bench. From the painted area, won't go down. To Covington. Robert Covington with the strong finish.
And cutting hard in transition is one of the most underrated things about this game. The harder you can cut is the more it opens up the floor to make plays just like that.
Gets it to go. Someone clearly missed their rotation.
Might have had an extra dribble or two there, but he got the shot he wanted.
And the finish at the rim.
Well, we got a chance to firsthand watch something be created. I think we just watched an epidemic of passing. I've never seen something like this before. It was so contagious, everybody started to do it, and it ultimately led to the other team's demise.
If that's an epidemic, sign me up. Beyond the arc for three. That misses with 3 seconds left. It's the Rockets who are victorious, and they're moving on to the second round of the NBA playoffs. For my partner, Jay Williams, and our entire crew, I'm Ed Cohen. This has been the NBA playoffs on EA Sports. Find out more at easports.com. Until next time, good night.
Taylor Rose here, and I've got your EA Sports post-game wrap-up. The Rockets got themselves a win here today. And how could I not mention all the shots they blocked in this one? You can see the confidence grow with each one, and it really fed into their success as a team. It was a pretty standout way to win. Here are the guys who put up the most points for the Houston Rockets. The Jazz didn't get the victory they wanted here today. And even though some of them smiled and shook hands with the other guys after the game, you could tell by the way they headed to the tunnels how disappointed they were about this loss. What you see here is how the majority of the points were scored. For the Utah Jazz,
Game 4 Houston Rockets 5-8 Utah Jazz 4-7 final.
the Houston Rockets did an incredible job defensively in this game, particularly with their shot blocking. They were able to consistently apply pressure, not just with the hand in the face, but with the hand on the ball.
Player of the game.
And while you can't track leadership on a stat sheet, it was by far the most impressive thing he did in this game.
Who was cold?
This isn't the segment you want to be in, of course, but even the best players find their way into this part of the show. Top plays, and we've got 3 of them for you.
Number 2. Number 1.
On behalf of ESPN on EA Sports, I'm Jalen Rose, and it's been our pleasure to present you with some NBA basketball.